Hi kids. We know that many of our bones are joined together. Students, so what exactly is this joint? Let's move on to the video. So joints is a place or a point where two or more bones meet. Clear? A joint is a place where two or more bones meet. So that is what is called joints. Clear? Once again, a joint is a place where two or more bones meet, and that is called a joint. Our skeleton is very hard, but still it can move, bend, twist or turn because of these joints. Then strong tissue, which is called ligaments, hold these bones together. Clear? So what is a ligament? Ligaments are strong tissues that hold the bones together. Understood? Then, except our skull, rest all the joints are movable. Clear? Except our skull, rest all the joints are movable. Then what about skull? Why it is not movable? It's not movable because in the skull, all the bones are interlocked, making the joints immovable. Clear? That's why our skull is not movable, or it's immovable. Now let's discuss more about movable joints. So what all are the movable joints? First one, ball and socket joint. Second one, hinge joint. Third one, pivot joint. And fourth one, gliding joint. Is that clear? Once again, what all are the movable joints? First one, ball and socket joint. Second, hinge joint. Third one, pivot joint. And fourth one, gliding joint. So let's discuss each one in a bit detail. So first one is ball and socket joint. Some bones have round ball-like structure at one end, and that fits into the cup-like socket of the other bone. Clear? Some bones have round ball-like structure at one end, and that fits into the cup-like socket of the other bone. This is called ball and socket joint. Clear? Some bones have round ball-like structure at one end, and that fits into the cup-like socket of the other bone. So this is called ball and socket joint. Our shoulder and hip have this type of joint. So this joint allows maximum movement. Understood? Next is hinge joint. Just try to move your elbows or knees in all possible ways. You can find that you will be able to move our elbows or knees only in two directions. Clear? This is because our knees and elbows have a joint called hinge joint. This is just like a hinge in a door. This hinge joint allows movement in two directions, which means back and forth. Only back and forth movement is possible in hinge joint. And now where we can see this hinge joint? Our elbows, knees and fingers have this type of joints, which is called hinge joint. And the third one is pivot joint. There is a joint between our skull and first two vertebrae of the spine. This joint helps us to move our head upwards, downwards, sideways, etc. So that type of joint is called pivot joint. And the last one is gliding joint. Our wrist and ankle have a type of joint that allows the bones to slide over each other. Clear? Our wrist and ankle have a type of joint that allows the bones to slide over each other so that we can move them. So such type of joint is called gliding joint. And where we can see them in our wrist and ankle. Is that clear? So here we discussed about joints and the types of movable joints. What is a joint? Joint is a place or point where two or more bones meet. And what are the types of movable joints? Ball and socket joint, hinge joint, pivot joint, and the last one is gliding joint. Clear? So dear students, that's all for today, and we will continue with muscles in our next class. Till then, bye.